President Uhuru Kenyatta's dream to have the cost of power lowered by 30% by April next year could be delayed. Now, the savings to be made by the power transmission firm by reducing system losses and illegal connections is likely to be wiped out by a 9 billion shillings penalty that the government has to pay for power, which Kenyans never used. Now, Kenya Power is said to have passed on its cost to its consumers in increased power tariffs. The penalty, payable to the Lake Turkana Wind Power Limited, was occasioned by a skewed contract that saw Kenya Power penalized for the 21-month delay in the completion of a 430-kilometre transmission line from Loiyangani to the Suswa substation. Let's get more details now on that report from Samugina.
The rot at the Ministry of Energy and Kenya Power has come to bite the president. The well-intended Christmas gift promised by President Uhuru Kenyatta to electricity users that could have seen their monthly bill reduced by 15% by end of December and a further 15% by April of 2022 appears to be a pipe dream. A contract sanctioned by the Energy Ministry and entered between Kenya Power and the Lake Turkana Wind Power Limited for the addition of wind-generated power into the national grid has a net effect of increased power tariffs. A special audit report from the Auditor General's office indicates Kenya Power accrued a bill of 18 billion shillings in penalties after Lake Turkana Wind Power Limited completed the wind turbines but with no transmission lines in place to evacuate the power from Loiyangani to KPLC's Suswa substation. Despite having paid 10 billion shillings of this amount, the Ministry of Energy is still stuck with a 9 billion shillings balance, which according to the Auditor General will be passed on to consumers. KPLC is to lower the extra burden onto power consumers until 2024, never mind that Kenyans never consumed the power. In his Jamhuri Day speech, the president attributed the reduction of price of power in the second phase to negotiations with independent power producers.
In realizing the second tranche of reduction in power bills, I note that the Ministry of Energy and other government departments have initiated engagement with independent power producers aimed at renegotiation of power purchase agreements so as to give our country better value for money for our consumers. I urge the power producers to demonstrate goodwill as we seek to make our energy sector a greater catalyst of our national development.
The audit report reveals that the Lake Turkana Wind Power Project was to increase the country's power output by 17%. But did Kenya Power rush into signing a skewed contract that has come to hurt the country? Lake Turkana Wind Power Limited submitted its proposal to government in 2006. But Kenya Power set the ball rolling on the 4th of November 2009 when its board passed the decision to engage Lake Turkana Wind Power Limited through a power purchase agreement. Within 4 days, KPLC wrote to the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, EPRA, for approval to enter into the agreement. The response was swift and received in record 2 days on the 11th of November. The agreement meant Kenya Power was to purchase power generated by Lake Turkana Wind Power Limited for a period of 20 years from the date of commissioning of the wind power plant. The monkey games at the Energy Ministry did not stop here. With the power required to be transmitted to KPLC power grid in Suswa, the Auditor General questioned the decision by the Energy Ministry to grant Lake Turkana Wind Power Limited, a private entity, the exclusive rights to survey the project area and invite tenders for the building of transmission lines from Loiyangani to Suswa on behalf of Kenya Power. The Auditor General pointed at a possible conflict of interest. In 2013, Kenya Electricity Transmission Company Limited, KETRACO, was roped in to continue with the process of constructing the over 432 kilometres of transmission lines. KETRACO contracted a South African company, Isolux SA, to undertake the construction with the deadline being 31st of December 2013. But this was not to be. The company sought 3 extensions in 2014, 2016 and 2018. The South African company was declared bankrupt, resulting into a different contractor finishing up the project. With the power plant ready by 27th January of 2017 on one hand, and on the other, the transmission lines delayed from 2013 to 24th September of 2018. There was a delay of 21 months that has a net effect of Kenyans paying 18 billion shillings for Kenya Power, KETRACO and the Ministry of Energy's mess. Samugina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.